What's up, guys? Sniper MMA here for another main event breakdown on tap. Tonight we have UFC Vegas 68, Derrick Lewis against Sergey Spivak. Spivak. Ooh, that was bad. Um, Doing this for Verdict. Make sure you go check out the fantasy game over at Verdict Tournaments. It is a new style of MMA fantasy that if you are not familiar with, there's no salary cap. Pick winners, pick method of victory, make money. It is as simple as that. Before we get into the breakdown, make sure you like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Very much appreciated. And let's go ahead and let's dig a little bit into this fight. All right, first thing up, we're looking at a fight. Let's start with the odds. Sergey Spivak is the favorite at minus 230. The comeback on Derrick Lewis is plus 195. Remember, they tried to have this fight, I think, about a month ago, a little more than a month ago, maybe, and it was canceled. Day of the fight pullout, and running it back here. Fight doesn't go to decision all the way up at minus 750. Books expecting to see a finish, expecting to see an early finish. Fight doesn't start round two, or fight starts round two. Minus 165. Actually, the book says this fight should finish sometime in the second round, according just based on the odds. Spivak wins by submission is plus 330. Spivak by TKO plus 120. Derrick Lewis, inside the distance for Derrick Lewis is plus 225. His submission odds are plus 3,500, which I don't think there's any value there. As we got in terms of odds for this fight, I'm a little surprised the line is so high on Sergey Spivak for this one. We do our wiki capping, and at least their recent fight history. Derrick Lewis, as you can see, has lost 3 of his last 4, knocked out by Pavlovich last time out. Although I am predicting the start of the year, I think Sergey Pavlovich will be the heavyweight champion come December 31st, 2023. So I think very highly of him. Lost to Tai Tuivasa, that weird-looking knockout. Beat Chris Daukaus, lost to Cyril Gahn, and then that crazy knockout of Curtis Blades, and then you kind of start getting a little bit really far back. But he is on his skid, lost 3 of his last 4, is getting finished. But at first I thought that was something I hadn't really seen before, but if you go back, when he loses, he does get finished. Going all the way back, I think actually all of his losses he gets finished. Matt Mitrione knocked him out. Sean Jordan knocked him out. Mark Hunt knocked him out. Cormier submitted him. JDS knocked him out. So Derrick Lewis is in the heavyweight camp of guys who can be finished. On the Spivak side, kind of up-and-coming prospect, although he's still, he's 28 years old in the heavyweight division. He's actually pretty young. Finished his last time out over Augusto Sakai and Greg Hardy. Lost to Tom Aspinall, who's a real legit prospect in that division. Wins over Jared Vanderaa, Olenek, Carlos Felipe, not really impressed. None of his wins really impressed me. Augusto Sakai is probably the best one on this list. He did beat Tuivasa back in the day, and that's because Tuivasa can't grapple. And that's something we're going to talk about here. This is a striker versus grapplers fight. Every minute this fight is on the feet, Derrick Lewis is liable to land a big knockout blow and finish Spivak, who is knocked out by Walt Harris as well, in addition to Tom Aspinall. And Spivak's going to want to get this fight to the ground, top control, and possibly submit Derrick Lewis. Statistically, stylistically, that's kind of exactly what you see here. Spivak is at over 4 takedowns for 15 minutes. Derrick Lewis's takedown defense is around 55%. That is not good. Derrick Lewis, that fight against Ngannou and a couple other fights really low. He doesn't have a lot of volume, but the power is what's there. And those are a little bit higher on the Spivak side. So that's kind of the wiki capping and statistical look for this fight in terms of what I see happening. Look, as heavyweights get older, the durability is a question for Derrick Lewis, in my opinion. Spivak, I'm not high on him as a fighter in general, honestly, but for me, this is styles make fights, and I think that Sergey Spivak, he's just as big as Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis sometimes can be the bigger heavyweight. That's not the case here. I think Spivak will be able to use his physicality, body locks. I think he'll be able to get some takedowns. And typically, the way Derrick Lewis gets up is these big type of explosions. And when you make those big type of explosions, you can very easily make mistakes. And I think he's going to make a mistake, give up his back, and get submitted. We've seen a lot of knockouts at heavyweights. The line even favors the knockout versus the submission. But for me, my official pick is Sergey Spivak via second round submission. I will say every minute this fight's on the feet, Derrick Lewis could get a knockout. He's the way superior striker to Sergey Spivak. It's just I've seen the fall off of Derrick Lewis. I'm not really a believer in him making a resurgence at this point in his career. And it's just typically in these type of matchups, I like the grapplers anyway. I think there's a little bit more safety there. It's the most dangerous at heavyweight, clearly. But I'm going to stand with the favorite this time. It's interesting. Actually, I should pull up verdict one more time. The verdict scoring is based on what the global community is picking there. Derrick Lewis has a lower multiplier than Sergey Spivak. More people are picking Derrick Lewis on verdict than they are Sergey Spivak, which to me is wild, especially because Spivak is over a minus 200 favorite. You get some value there. I think the submission is definitely in play. Round, I think that Derrick Lewis might be able to explode up in the first round and get away with it as he gets a little more tired. I don't think that'll be the case. That's why I went with round 2, and that is the official pick here. Make sure you guys are playing over on verdict. Make sure you subscribe to this video. Anything you want to ask me, just talk fights. I'm on Twitter, sniper_MMA. Good luck in your contest, no matter where you are playing. Enjoy this super late fight night, and I'll see you next time.